Never. I mean, I always feel good where I'm at. Like I always say, I'm always ready to play baseball and play as hard as I can out there.
Juan, the last couple of days made you think, and forced you to think about the possibility of playing for another team as soon as this year. And if so, how would you feel about that?
For me, right now, I'm just concentrating about baseball. Can't do anything about it. I have my hands tied. I'm just gonna play as hard as I can, play baseball, and forget about anything else. I don't make the decisions. They take the decisions. If they wanna make the decisions, I gotta just pack my stuff and go. But if not, I'm gonna keep playing baseball as hard as I can.
Hey Juan, there's a lot of guys here who have been in similar situations with rumors and contracts. Anyone you'll talk to about that here, about how to handle that sort of situation?
Yeah, I mean, I talk with my people right here, and they take care about everything else. For me, I just come to the field, play baseball, and enjoy as much as I can.
Juan, is all this attention because of the trade situation? Does it make it harder to do your job at all, just because of this added part to it?
I mean, here and there, sometimes it can be a little bit in your mind, but you can blame that on your stats or anything that you can do in the field. At the end of the day, I just try to forget about everything outside for 3 hours and try to be the 12 years old I've been doing since, and play baseball as hard as I can and try to enjoy as much as I can.
How did you feel about it when the news came out? Your contract situation?
Feels pretty tough, pretty frustrating, because I try to keep my stuff private, don't try to throw stuff out there. But it feels really bad, but at the end of the day, we just got to keep playing. It don't matter what's happened.
Hey Juan, a lot of stars here. We got another big star event later this year, the World Cup. Are you a soccer fan?
I'm not a big soccer fan, but definitely I follow the soccer in Dominican. I saw they go into the Olympics in 2024. I'm glad they do. Really happy for them. But for me, I really not a big, huge fan of soccer, but definitely when I get the chance, I will see it, and more with the team we have in DC, the DC United. I probably go watch them a little bit. I didn't get the time to go, but soon I will be there.
Juan, I know you said that it's out of your hands at this point, but considering the teams that could possibly handle the contract and have the talent in the minor leagues, is there a destination that you would prefer, a franchise over the others?
I've been a national since day one. Why I should want to change? I've been here my whole life and my career. I just feel great where I'm at, and whatever the decision they make, I just gonna get comfortable in a couple days. But at the end of the day, like I say, I don't control any of that. I'm just here to play baseball and play as hard as I can.
Your situation has created a lot of attention. Is that flattering? And when you hear teams like the Yankees could be looking at you as a guy to get them over the top, is that flattering?
I mean, depends what you mean with flattering. I mean, for me,
a lot of attention.
For me, I just try to forget about it. At the end of the day, they make the decisions. I play for the Nationals. That's my goal. That's my pace. Try to make the Nationals a winning team and try to be in the fight for another year.
Juan, does the fact that the team is not as good and not competitive does any more factor into your thinking?
It's pretty frustrating, but at the end of the day, we're just trying our best. For me, I'm trying my best. I know those guys they're trying their best, and the team just aren't going on our way. We're just gonna try to keep playing hard, try to figure out what's the pieces we're missing to be back on track and see what's happened next year.
What do you think of the future of the franchise? The ownership might change. The team is for sale. The leadership of the team was unclear until recently. Like, what do you think of the rebuild and where things could go from here?
For the rebuilding, we first of all we got to know the new owner. Nobody knows the new owner, so for me, I just would love to get to know the new owner whenever they sell the team and see what is on his mind and see what we can do to help the team as much as we can with the GM and try to combine another really good team.
How much does that uncertainty factor in even in your own decisions about your own future? Is that a factor or nothing at all?
I mean, no, not at all. I mean, I'm 100% Nationals right now, so I'm not thinking about another team or anything like that. I'm thinking about the Nationals, what we can do as a Nationals to help the team as much as we can.
Juan, it's only been a month or two ago that the GM was very clear that you would not be traded. That obviously changed very publicly. Has anybody from the club talked to you about how that changed and why? Do you understand?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody to tell me how that changed or what was the mindset, but definitely, it's like you say. A couple of weeks ago, they were saying they will never trade me, and now all these things came out. It feels really uncomfortable. You don't know what to trust, but at the end of the day, it's out of my hands of what decision they make.
A lot of guys don't do negotiations during the season. Do you feel like that's something that you wish, a policy you would like to implement?
Probably yes. I would love to do that because it's very hard with all this stuff and then try to make a winning team while you're doing a bunch of other teams. So for me, I would see, I'm gonna talk with my people and see what we can do to help that out.
On at the plate now, how do you feel?
I feel amazing. I feel really good at the dish. I'm seeing the ball really well. Whenever I start hitting the ball to the other way, that's a good sign. So for me, I just feel great.
Juan, how would you feel about playing in New York if that's where the Nationals don't you?
Playing New York against the Mets, I love it. I love to play against them, hit the ball far. If you see my numbers in that field, it's just amazing. For me, against them, it's a great feeling.
What do you think about the short porch at Yankee Stadium too?
I never hit the ball over there. I have 2 homers there, but I never hit the ball that way. For me, it's another thing. Play against the Yankees is really cool. To hear the noise, just shut it down. It feels very well.
Juan, for as much as you are part of the Nationals, as you said, this is the only team you've known, the idea to play for a contender in the second half, because you've played in a lot of big games, must kind of excite you, that possibility.
For me, like I say, I don't ever think about it. You know, it's always nice to be in the playoff and in the fight to the playoff, but like I've been talking with my teammates, everybody got to go through the rebuild and stuff like that. And I think I'm going through mine, and I think we're gonna be fine for the next couple of years and see, first of all, see what the owner wants and see what we can do.
Juan, does the idea of free agency appeal to you, to have 30 teams to choose from?
Yeah, why not? At the end of the day, we wanna see how the market is gonna be for everybody.
Who did you root for as a kid? Who was your guys? Did you dream as a kid of playing for a certain team when you were little?
When I was a kid, I mean, I always follow Manny Ramirez and Robinson Cano. That's the players that I always loved to, and that's the players I always look up. I never have like a really big team fan. I'm more a player fan.
Did you ever wonder what it would be like to play for the Yankees? You hear a lot of people, when they come in, they love it. Do you ever wonder what that would be like?
I never think about it.
With the team being sold, would you be surprised if you were traded before a new owners that you could meet them?
I mean, I won't be surprised that they already announced they can do it and can't do anything about it. I'm just gonna be here. Like I said, I'm just gonna keep playing baseball, play as hard as I can, and whatever decision they want to make, they're just gonna make it.
Weather in San Diego is even nicer.
Sorry, what?
The weather's here is good. The weather in San Diego is even nicer. How do you feel about that city?
Same weather. I don't know. It's what, 30 minutes, 40 minutes from here? I don't know. It's just a nice weather here and there. It looks very cool.
What's it going to be like playing with Albert Pujols for first time, last time?
It's gonna be pretty cool. I don't know if it's gonna be the last time, but it's literally my first time playing with him, and I'm gonna try to take as much advantage I can take from him and see what can happen.
What did you think when you heard that he was being added to the All-Star team?
It's very cool. I mean, not only him and Miguel Cabrera too. It's just 2 legends of the baseball, and see they are Latin players, and it's guys that you see yourself in. And it feels very nice. The MLB do that to them, and we will see. I'm gonna try to take, like I say, as much advantage from them.
there
That's it.
anybody here who you have not met yet that you really want to meet guys in the game?
I don't know. I would say, I don't know. I haven't think about it.
Okay.
But definitely some guys from the AAL,
Yeah.
guys that I never see, and I would love to meet the whole team.
Okay, is there anybody from the AL that specifically you think is great, or somebody that you really are impressed by so far this year?
I haven't think that way.
All right.
That's a really good question. But definitely the guys that are in the fight for the playoff,
Yeah.
and see and try to pick their mind and what it can be best for them.
Okay.
What do you think about the whole thing now with the trade possibility? Is there any particular preference, staying, going, any particular team that you're looking at? I mean,
For me, it's just out of my hands. Can't do anything. It just they take the decisions. For me, I'm just another player, another employee in that team, just trying to play as hard as I can. Can't do anything else since that.
Hey Soto. I just talked to Turner. He's excited to be with you again, with Davey, with Schwartz. How does it feel to get the whole band back together?
It's just great. I mean, play against those guys, not only play, to be in the clubhouse around and everything, it just feels amazing to be part of it and try to enjoy it as much as we can. It's just going to be a couple days, but I think these days is going to be really fun.
Who's throwing it to you tonight?
He's my hitting coach since I was in the minor leagues. It's Jorge Mejia, that's his name. He's going to be out there
Have you
with
talked strategy?
We haven't, but we know what we want, and he knows me since day one, so he knows what we can do.
So you trust him completely?
Yeah, definitely.
Juan, the Yankees and Yankee Stadium, that'd be pretty conducive for you as a home run hitter?
For me, every time I play against them, it's very producer for me. Like I did in 2018. It was really cool to be there and show that crowd out.
Wow. Your national teammates would be best at home run derby?
Who?
Which your national teammates would be the best at home run derby?
I think Nelson Cruz will be the best. He's a huge power guy, and he always been doing that since day one.
Saludos a la fanaticada. Spoken on international market and those issues. You guys have a deadline coming up in a week to decide on an international draft. Have you been involved in those conversations at all? Have you been at least keyed in on what's going on?
I've been trying to be around that. It's been pretty tough for me. It's a lot of things going on for me, but I try to. They keeping me in touch with everything. We try to make whatever is the best for those guys down there. Because I was part of what was the July 2nd thing and all that kind of stuff. And we want the best for those guys down there. We want the best education and the best sport thing for them. Right now, we're trying to make it happen. We're trying to make a deal. I don't know how this thing is going right now because I haven't been involved 100%, but definitely we want to make things better down there.
What would you like to see? Do you think a draft can fix what's going on out there?
I don't know if a draft will be fitting in there, but definitely we need more education for those guys down there. More education and try to help them better on the field and out of the field to see what kind of man that we can pick it up from there. It's just not only about baseball, it can be outside of baseball too.
One last question on this. There aren't a lot of Latin union reps. Do you feel like you guys are being heard in this? That your voice is going to matter when it comes to making a decision here?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been part of this. They trying to put me in there and try to help the guys as much as I can to take my opinions. I think they've been listening to me and listening to the other guys, and we're going to try to help them as much as we can.
What would you like the union to consider when you guys talk to them about the international draft, the potential of an international draft?
We want to consider what is about the education for the kids and definitely try to make it fair for everybody about the money stuff and everything down there.
Would you like there to be an international draft?
I mean, it all depends if it's going to help the guys or not. We got to figure out what is going to be best for them and see what we can do about it.
How much has it been costing you?
Can you say it again?
How much has it been costing you?
So sign what?
Sorry.
What do you say it loud? Don't worry. I got you.
He said, how much will it take for you to sign with him?
We sign with you. I mean, I don't know. What you got for me? What you offer?
What you got? Show him the swag.
You got that card for you?
Yeah.
That's
Got
pretty
the
cool.
Kobe Tupac chain.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I will take that. But what you want me to do with you?
Lots.
Well, that was pretty cool. I mean, for me, I will take the change, but I will do it whatever you want to do. What you want to do? What you want me to sign with you? We figure it out in a little bit. Let me finish all this, and we're gonna try to figure it out. All right.
Well, next weekend, David Ortiz goes into the Hall of Fame. Can you tell me what does that mean to you to see him enshrined in Wisconsin?
It feels very special to be part of the same country where he is, and it feels amazing to see him going down there and making open doors for all the Latin players, for all the Dominican players, that letting them know that we can make it too and be part of it.
What kind of connection, if any, have you had with him since you reached the big leagues?
I mean, I always have connection with him. He's always been there for me since even when I was in the World Series and everything. He's just like a father for us, for all the Dominicans. He's always been there, and he's always cheering for us.
Is he still someone that you'll reach out to and discuss the game with?
Definitely. I mean, even this year, he was one of the guys who helped me out to go through all this struggle at the beginning of the season.
And he's also familiar with the business side of things. Like, is he someone who you rely on? You have an agent as well. Is he someone whose counsel you seek about the future?
I don't talk about that with him. I keep that private mostly, and I just talk about baseball with him.
Hey Juan, I just got out of the Giants clubhouse, and Logan Webb is like a big fan of yours, and he kind of like championed the Giants to like go after you. He said, man, it would be great and cool if the Giants could pursue you at the trade deadline. And Jock Peterson, Carlos Rodon saying the same thing. Do you like that team? Could that be a future fit?
I love the Nationals, though. For me, I have my hands tied. I'm part of the Nationals. I'm gonna play for the Nationals as long as they want me to do, and I'm gonna be here for long. I don't make the decision; they make the decision. If they make it, that's right. If not, I'm gonna be a Nationals.
Do you know Webb pretty well, though? He speaks.
I don't know Webb very well, but I know his pitches very well. He's a really good pitcher. He got pretty good stuff, and I'm glad he think that way on me.
Juan, la gente en Dominicana no entiende que te den una oferta tan grande. La gente piensa en cuarto en Dominicana. Ponle claro a ellos que tiene un representante que está trabajando para ti.
No, yo siempre trato de tomar las mejores decisiones que son para mí, para mi familia, que no se me desesperen, tranquilo, que todo va a salir bien.
Hay un plan proyectado contigo y con Boras ya, porque la gente pregunta y se declina y se declina, pero ustedes tienen ya un plan que saben lo que van a hacer.
Desde el día 1 nosotros tenemos un plan que siempre lo hemos seguido paso por paso y hemos tratado de hacer lo que es mejor para mí.
Con Vladi y con Tati, con ese grupo finalmente, tú hablas con el tema del clásico, se escriben, se llaman para motivarse entre ustedes.
Desde que pasó el 2017 nosotros hemos hablado de eso, de que llegamos a Grandes Ligas, que sí, que el clásico, y estamos bien emocionados para eso.
Gracias,
Juan. Bendiciones.
Gracias.
You beat Ohtani last year in the home run derby. What do you remember the most?
I mean, that round was amazing. To be part of it with him, I'm glad that it ended up in my way. But it shows you how good a player he is and how far he can hit the ball. It's impressive what he can do, not only hitting it in the mound too.
Did you have any conversation with him?
I tried to, but I don't know too much Japanese, so we tried to communicate. But at the end of the day, it was really fun experience.
How much do you miss he won't attend the home run derby this year? How much do you miss?
I mean, for me, I will miss it a lot because he made me work a lot. But definitely, the joy that we bring to the home run derby was really cool, and I think that's what fans are gonna miss.
What's your confidence this year?
Huh?
What's your confidence winning this year?
To win it this year?
Home run derby.
For me, I just gonna try as much as I can, try to get the same plan as what I did last year.
My first question is,
what advice would you give to younger baseball players that look up to you?
Just keep playing hard, believe in yourself, don't let anybody to cut your dreams down. Trust in God and keep playing hard every day.
And what do your fans mean to you?
It means all of this. Without them, I won't be here. I'm part of this All-Star game because of them.
Has Snit asked you if you'd be one of the players if the game is tied to do the post-game home run derby?
Who said?
Snitker. If the game is tied after 9 innings, it'll be decided by a home run derby.
It is? I don't even know that. I don't even know. I mean, I can't do that. You got to be a fresh guy who do that.
How nice is it having you and Albert here for this last time?
Sorry, what?
Albert Pujols, how nice is it having you and him here from last time?
I mean, it's just great to have him here and be part of the same clubhouse and the same field with him. It's going to be great. I'm going to try to pick as much as I can from him and try to enjoy as much as I can.
And how would you describe your relationship with him over the last few years?
I mean, it's been great. He's been like a mentor for us, not only for me, for all the Latin players. And be part of the clubhouse with him again is just amazing.
Juan, vamos con una cosa poco seria.
El Pacheco llamándome. La boleta de Baboni son aparte.
Ay, mi madre.
Tuve yo que comenzar a averiguar y la llamo. Mire, capitán, es la misma boleta. Me quitaste un peso de encima. Porque no la encontraba en ningún sitio.
Ay, mi madre.
Ya estás grabando cuando quieras. Juan, ¿qué tipo de música tú prefieres? Especialmente cuando te quieres motivar para ir al campo.
Al campo, algo eléctrico, hasta perico ripiado le meto yo. Todo depende de cómo me siente ese día, qué tan contento esté y qué tanta energía necesito para salir del terreno de juego.
¿Cuáles son los que está usando últimamente de canción de presentarte como bateador?
Yo tengo a los hermanos Rosario, tengo al Alfa, tengo a Daddy Yankee y Pittsburgh. Esas son las 3 canciones que tengo para batear.
Eres el primer pelotero que no me menciona Bad Bunny.
No, me siento bien contento con Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny es muy duro, pero algo que... Y ya mucha gente, como hay muchos peloteros que tienen a Bad Bunny alrededor de mi equipo, por eso quise marcar un poquito la diferencia.
¿Quién pone la música en el clubhouse de los nacionales?
De los nacionales, la música, a veces la pone Víctor Roble y varios de los muchachos que hay adentro, pero siempre la vamos variando, americana, dominicana, venezolana, siempre vamos variando.
¿Tú tienes alguna opinión cuando se va a decidir la música?
No, yo lo que le digo a ellos que nada que me ponga a dormir, algo que me ponga a bailar, que me ponga contento, ya.
¿Qué tanto impacto tiene la música que tú escuchas en tu estado de ánimo para jugar pelota?
Bastante, es una de las cosas más importantes, porque cada vez que salimos al terreno de juego tenemos que estar la energía al 100% como se debe de estar. That's it. Yeah.
No, ya terminamos.
If you could see a new skill composition in the All-Star game, like the home run derby, but for a different skill, what would it be?
Throwing arms.
Throwing arms. How would that be set up? Would it be distance? Would it be efficiency,
Would it be
accuracy, speed?
You gotta be accuracy and distance.
From the outfield?
From the outfield, from the infield. But it gotta be more accuracy and then distance.
Okay, and who would you want to see in that competition?
Oof, that's a lot of good arms. I mean, from the shortstop, O'Neal Cruz, definitely. And from the outfield, I want to see Mookie Betts against Ronald Acuna and see how good it'll be.
Could you compete with them in that?
Probably. I'm going to be working for that.
Okay, all right, yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah. That's it?
Can we try doing a selfie from this?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, and then I've been asking some players like funny questions if you're cool with that. My first one is, who has the best hair in the league?
Oof. That's a big problem. I don't know. We always talk about Noah Syndergaard as one of the best hairs in the league.
Okay, my other question is, if you weren't a baseball player, what would your dream job be?
Whew. it gotta be something around baseball. I don't know. Something that I can enjoy and use my body as a skill for that.
And do you have a pre-game meal, or what's your favorite thing to eat before a game?
Like I say, peanut butter and jelly every time. It's one of the best for the pre-game.
And lastly, do you have a favorite social media app, or what do you like to look at the most?
I like Twitter and Instagram. That's the tools I watch more.
Okay, final question. What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
It gotta be caramel. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Getting ready for this press conference. Who are you on the phone with now?
I can't tell you.
Okay, all right.
It's private.
I had to ask though.
All right.
All right. Hey, thank you.
Well,
Want that? Let me get that picture with it. Hold that up again.
You can keep it.
I will. Perfect.
Good job.
Thank you.
It was an excellent.